In 2009, United Way of Greater Philadelphia and Southern New Jersey selected several child care centers to take part in its intensive quality improvement program, Success by 6. A camera crew documented the experiences of those involved in an attempt to shed light on 3 questions. What is quality? Why does it matter? And how do we achieve it? This film was assembled using that footage and is dedicated to all of the teachers, parents, and children on and off the screen who helped make this production possible. That's me, Maven Bentley. Well, it's Maven Bentley for those who know me from my work in the ring. My real name is Tyrone Scott, and I do more than just wrestle. I spend most of my time working with teachers to broaden their knowledge and advance their careers in early childhood education. My presentations are designed to motivate teachers to become the best teachers possible and advance their field. But anyway, enough talking about me. This is about them. This is Miss Mickey, a teacher at the North Philadelphia Center. She was recently transferred to this 2-year-old classroom to help manage one child in particular.
You miss me, Chris? Come on. Come on, show me what your area. And Chris is one of our unique children. To me, he don't seem like he get enough attention, so he act out. So they diagnosed him with ADHD. But as soon as I came, I gave that child the attention that he needed. And then when I approached his mom and told his mom, "Mom, he's doing very well." He is? Yeah. He's changed, his behavior changed. He doesn't bite as much, he doesn't scratch as much. I'm showing him the steps that he needs. She's like, "Wow, I thought he was gonna be kicked out again." No, he's great. He's great. He's a great child. He's in the process of learning.
There was a study in 2001 in Chicago, and what they did was, they did what's called a longitudinal study. That means that they took a lot of time to follow people around. And they watched children that went to high quality centers versus children that went to poor centers or had no centers to go to whatsoever. And some of the things they found out, this statistic actually kind of bothers me, to be quite honest. By the time these kids reached 18, the children that got their starts from low-quality centers were 79% more likely to have fallen behind and be placed in special education. And I don't know your experience with the special ed system, but I know when I was in school, I watched a lot of my friends go through special ed who did not have special needs. They simply just weren't able to express themselves in the way they needed because they didn't have somebody at a base level when they were young, in that now of that 0 to 5, teaching them how to do it. So when they got to that school age program, they couldn't express themselves well, and "Oh, you're a little slow, you go over here." Meet Miss Jackie, a center director at a North Philadelphia Early Childhood Center. Growing up on a farm in South Carolina, it's hard for Jackie to see her students taking their first steps in an area where grass and flowers have been overrun with cement and trash. Her building's back lot would be perfect for an outdoor play area and garden. But she has never had the budget to make it truly safe for children. Then there's the front lot.
Look at this.
Jackie has been trying for years to turn this abandoned patch of land into a community garden. But bureaucratic roadblocks and a lack of community involvement have kept the lot the way it is.
I want to show you a very important spot over here. And you say, "Miss Jackie, why is this spot so important?" One day I came to work at 6 o'clock in the morning and it was blood all over here. And what I found out was a young person got shot and killed right here on the spot. And by the time I left for work the afternoon, it was a dozen teddy bears. It was like all these teddy bears and flowers. And I was angry, and I was angry because we can take our time to celebrate a death, a needless death. Can't somebody take our time and take this area? Can somebody take our time and create an area on Broad Street for our children to enjoy a flower.
There are a lot of reasons why quality matters, but in some ways, this is the most compelling of them all. In Philadelphia during 2006, there were 960 rapes, 10,971 robberies, and 406 murders. Multiple studies have shown that children who get their start in high-quality programs are 70% less likely to commit violent crimes. So just imagine, if the majority of Philadelphia school children got a quality start, what would happen to these numbers? Let me ask you guys a question. How many times a day do you use expressions like use your words? Does anybody say anything like that? All right. Why do we want kids to use their words? Yeah. Right. They can communicate so they don't have to hit. So when I get to be 17, 18 years old, if you step on my sneaker, I don't have to shoot you. I can say, excuse, man, you stepped on my sneaker. And somebody can hopefully say, I'm sorry, I apologize. All right? Little things like that make a difference. Now, what is quality? Unless you know what you're looking for, identifying a quality early childhood center can be difficult. A colorful classroom with a nice teacher and lots of toys does not equal high quality. Let's visit Miss Santia's classroom so that you can get a better idea of what I'm talking about.
Look, you guys, look. Sit down.
This is one of Miss Santia's first days working at this center. With almost no advanced training in early childhood development or age-appropriate teaching methods, she's been placed in a classroom full of 2-year-olds, one of the hardest groups to work with. Santia has a lot of good ideas and the best intentions, but what she's facing are a lot of common challenges. First of all, it's loud in here. Because her classroom only has half walls, it sounds like we're in a room with 100 kids instead of 12.
That's nice, you guys.
Then there's the lack of toys and freedom to play. Children this young have short attention spans, and they need freedom to explore their surroundings, the freedom to choose which toy to play with. You see how Santina and her partner are spending most of their time really managing the students, instead of being in the moment, talking with them, playing with them. At this age, learning can't be fostered by simply completing rote activities. Talking supportively to children and asking questions makes a huge difference in the child's development. One of the things I'll tell you I dislike the most when I walk into a baby room, when I hear teachers going, I can go to the boopy. What is that teaching a child? Exactly. Exactly. And if I want a child to learn to talk, I mean, yeah, exactly. Exactly. How many of you want to be hanging out with people going, It's been 8 months since we first met Santia, and a lot has changed. Her classroom has been restocked with brand new toys, and she started working on a degree in early childhood education.
She's like, Mommy, you doing homework? I said, Mommy, your job give you homework? I'm like, no, that's for school. Mommy, you go to school? Yeah. When I first got to room 5, you remember? I don't know if you remember how the room was. Now it's better. I was reading about not to let the kids sit for too long. If you let them sit for more than 3 minutes, then they get frustrated. I'm trying to let them do whatever they want to do. If I see them going in a black area, I'll follow them. Wherever they go, they want to go into the kitchen, I let them go.
In addition to her coursework, Santia has been receiving on-location technical assistance from a quality improvement coordinator, one of my colleagues, Tamora Jackson.
It looks like spilled milk. That's a good book. What is it that you want to play with while you're in here? You just want to stay here and look? Okay. Here's a book.
But initially in school, I was on the track to become a child psychologist. And then I remember one class, I realized that if I was really going to have an impact on the majority of children, a lot of times they don't see child psychologists. It's really maybe in the wealthier school districts. Then my goal shifted. I've been a director, I've been a teacher before being a quality improvement coordinator with Babysitting. So I know what's possible and I know what the barriers are. A quality improvement coordinator partners with early learning centers, the directors, the teachers, and any other administration that may be involved to help them continue building the quality of their program.
What a nice baby. See? Oh, I like the way you're hugging the baby. That's very nice. What happened? Your baby is so sad. Are you wrestling with the baby? You can help me clean up. Are you having a good day? Poor baby. Your shoe came off? Can you say help me? Can you say help me please? When you need help, you say help me please. Very good. I like your words. Excellent. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, excellent manners. High five. Wow. Can you teach that baby some manners? That baby's having a hard time. Oh my goodness.
So I wanted to make sure that the teachers are having lots of conversations with the children, putting words to the actions that they're doing. In the training, they might hear redirect children. Or try not to say no to them, but offer them alternative activities. But because they haven't seen it done, they're not quite sure how to do it, and so they automatically think, well, it doesn't work. They're just saying this in the training, or they're just saying this, writing about this in the book, but it doesn't work with these children. I've heard that a lot. It doesn't work with these children, I think it was helpful for them to see me in the classroom. They're seeing it firsthand, and so they're able to put that theory and the practice together and think that and realize that it can also happen, in everyday, centers with children like this. Children are children. There are differences, but, in my experience, a 2-year-old is going to be a 2-year-old.
Children at different ages, and even within that age, learn very differently. And most of them learn just like this young man by touching and doing and experimenting with things, all right?
Alessandra, come here. You about to come to my class in a couple days because you turning 4. You know how to write an A? One more up here, look. Put it up here, bring it down. Try again. Bring it down. My name is Will Rivera. The kids refer to me as Mr. Will. I'm still a kid. Myself. I just got out of college. I got an associate's degree in elementary education. Let's swim. I didn't start yet. Ready? You want to teach the class? Circle time is what's in my opinion is the most important time of the day, because you teach them everyday things. Things like months, days, letters, numbers.
Like many young people who teach in childcare centers, Mr. Will loves kids and he loves teaching. However, his training has been all about elementary education and not early childhood.
Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Tyson and Gabriel, what's going on today?
It's my chair.
Go get another chair. There's more chairs.
Elementary ed is not what we're doing. And I think too many sites try to make themselves be elementary ed. This is very elementary ed of what I'm doing. I'm standing in front of you and I'm talking. Everyone listen to me, learn what I'm saying. All right, let's see how long that works on him. It doesn't. All right, children learn a lot differently, and it goes right back to that that developmentally appropriate practice. Because if we're doing what kids need at the age they are and at the development level they are, they tend to smile and giggle like that and have a good time and want to come back to school. They want to learn more, as opposed to how some of you guys said before, I didn't want to go to middle school. I didn't want to go to elementary school. I didn't want to go to school, because it's not fun anymore. Learning should be fun, all right?
Often I retell the story of a program I worked with close to 10 years ago, where a preschool room was well furnished with learning materials, but the well-intentioned teacher didn't really know how to use them. So she had about 6 or 8 children sitting at a table, and she gave each child 2 Legos to play with, sitting at the table. And I was so saddened by that, and I carry that picture around with me in my mind all the time.
Phyllis is a veteran quality improvement coordinator, and she's helped dozens of centers in Pennsylvania achieve Star 3 and Star 4 ratings. This is Phyllis's first day observing Mr. Will's classroom.
I think he has a pretty good relationship with the children. I see need for a lot of room arrangement. Room arrangement can be so helpful in classroom management when a room is set up so that small groups of children play in each of the interest areas. It helps to cut back on children having conflict with one another. So making the change or pulling, that shelf out from manipulatives, is that something that you would like to do, or is that something you'd like me to do?
Yeah, we can do it. Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm looking at this low shelf, wondering, since you have a lot of manipulatives, I guess we need to use the bigger shelf for them. I just like the idea that this is a lower shelf if we're going to put it in the middle of the room.
Initially, when they first came in, I did not admit this to them, but I was concerned that my teachers felt the way I felt. I thought it was the same old, because we really haven't had people to come in, outside agency, that really wanted to help. They wanted to score, they wanted to come and see what you're doing, but not to get down on the floor and play with the children, not to move furniture around, not to come and unbox, unload toys and see how the teachers are doing. And so now when they come, all the teachers are smiling, saying, and they're coming in my class. When they're coming here, they've been over there, they haven't come here yet.
Today, Mr. Will is visiting St. Stephen's Daycare Center. Several years ago, Phyllis in the Success by 6 program helped St. Stephen's achieve a Star 3 rating. If you didn't already know, Keystone Stars is a voluntary 4-star rating system that was designed to gauge the overall quality of an early childhood center. And one of the main goals of United Way's Success by 6 program is to help 1- and 2-star centers achieve 3- and 4-star ratings.
The visit at St. Stephen's was just showing me how, what procedures they do, what is their circle time like, and everything, and just helping me out to better my things that I do here.
Who is this boy?
Baby
and who? Very good. What color is this?
No! Green! No!
Green. Very good. Can you come and pick up a cup? Verde. Very good.
Birthday! Now!
Attendance? Thank you. Have a seat, love.
Yeah, during the circle time that really stood out, it was just, it was general questions that involved all the children. Because when you ask one child, then it's just that one child you're engaged with. So all the other kids are like, they're not being busy, so they play around, and there's a lot less fights and arguments. The other thing that I seen that I liked over there was seeing that there was a couple kids at the block area, a couple kids at kitchen, a couple kids painting, a couple kids writing, And even though she had an activity for them to do, it was pretty much the children's choice whether to do it or not. And I didn't know that. I thought it was always like, sit down at the table and do the activity, but it's really the children's choice. Since I came back, I've been, doing that and involving the children in just different activities and not really forcing them to do one. Oh, the kids seem like they like it, because they're doing what they want to do. It's not forced, so the kids like it.
I mean, let me ask you guys a question. You can be honest, because, you can. How many of you are tired about how many times you're supposed to wash your hands during the day?
I really feel clean.
You mean like tired? It becomes right. And that's why
I'm not tired. What's tiresome and annoying is this 30
Oh, making sure that you're doing it right.
You have to wash their hands before they eat. You gotta wash their hands before they sit at the table. You gotta wash their hands before they change the pamper. You gotta wash their hands before they enter the classroom. You gotta wash their hands before they leave the class. You gotta wash their hands before you go to the gym. Wash your hands after you come out the gym. Wash your hands before you go on a walk. Wash your hands before they come after a walk. It's a lot of hand washing procedures. Come on. Put the water on. Roll your sleeves up. Wash your hands.
All right. If children aren't safe, if children aren't healthy, and washing our hands, obviously, we know it does cut down on germs and it does help people get less sick. All right. That is a good thing, even though it's annoying to us. If a place isn't clean, if a place isn't safe, it doesn't matter what else we do. If kids are getting hurt, it doesn't matter what kind of cool supplies we have. It doesn't matter if we're getting down on eye level. None of that makes a difference. Because when kids don't have a safe environment, things like this happen. These injuries happen, these scars are from being electrocuted in a program when I was about 3 or 4. And since then, I've had a nervous habit of biting on my hands, which makes the scars a lot worse. But the program didn't have appropriate supervision. I doubt they were on ratio as they should have been. They didn't have socket covers in the actual light sockets because there weren't people actually showing them what quality was. It was much more of a babysitting program, sit, be quiet, do what you're told, as opposed to understanding that children need to explore, need to learn. And as a young child, I found my own exploration. Unfortunately, it was with paper clips and electric sockets, but this burn reminds me of how important it is to have quality education. I mean, education starts with understanding child development. And child development lets us understand that children are curious and they're inquisitive and they're going to look around. So if we provide an environment that allows for that, you get less injuries. And if parents don't always understand, or society at large doesn't always understand that early education teaches through play, they at least understand less injuries.
Achieving quality requires resources and support. But all of the new toys in the world would mean nothing without a unified vision. And that starts with a committed center director.
When they say it takes a village, I know it's corny and it's been said so many times, but it really does. These practices need to be embedded in the program. It has to be from top down.
The things that I'm working on to bring our center to a 3rd star is to first lead by example. I'm going back to school. I'm in a bachelor's, master's program, and I was inspired to do so because I've been encouraging my teachers to do that. And so I really believe that you cannot lead if you're not willing to be led yourself.
Beyond a motivated director and educated teachers, achieving quality demands parental involvement.
A lot of parents don't understand what's really important for their kids. And our job is to provide high quality and express that to them and understand why we're doing what we do.
Oh, we having a Thanksgiving dinner with the parents and the children. And like today is the last day before we go. We're gonna be off Thursday and Friday. We decided to have a dinner together with the parents and the children. Because to my knowledge, the parents do not spend so much time with the children like I do. I spend 8 hours, 10 hours with them. Parents see them like 2, 3, 4 hours a day. Then this is the time for them to come here and see their work and see how they're doing at school. I'm very honest with my parents. If I had to say something, I would say it to you with respect. I don't tell none of my parents that the children behave bad, because none of them do. They're only 5 years old. They behave the way their 5 years old should behave.
Over the course of the next hour, each of Miss Yolanda's 8 children were picked up, but only a couple parents actually took time to take part in the dinner.
Well, to my knowledge, they said they was going to come. They was going to be here between 4 and 4:30. To my knowledge, that's what they said to me.
What holds us back from having high quality, guys?
Lack of money.
Lack of money, definitely. If you don't have resources, there's only so far you can go. What else?
Lack of good teachers.
Lack of good teachers, which I think also goes back to lack of money. The average preschool teacher, group supervisor, the lead teacher, only makes half of what the average public school kindergarten teacher makes. And I know that people, when you talk to your friends and your family sometimes, they look at you like, why are you tired? All you did was play with kids all day.
Babysit.
You're big. Oh, wait. I'm gonna ask the question. We got cameras rolling here. Hold up now. We can't be using that B word with cameras rolling. All right. That's what we're not. But I know. But that is the word that people use to describe you, and you're not. You're teachers. You're educators. You're practitioners. All right. Professionals. Right. And just like you were saying before, a lot of you are going back to school, getting more credentials, learning more about your chosen craft. Babysitters don't do that. But people don't value it for some reason. They don't think it's important. They don't think we're doing anything. We're gonna say something?
But we use the word they, and I think that they have to be developed, because I'm thinking of politicians that don't think that it's important to vote for child care. I'm thinking about the community that don't support the vote. I'm thinking about our next door neighbors that says, listen, let your mother watch the children as if you're going to get quality care.
Well, I'm not going to insult anyone's mama, but I will agree with you that if your mother is not someone who has trained in early childhood, they might give good basic care and they might give good loving care, but they may not be able to give quality educational care. And I like what you said about, we do have to engage that they. That they is actually everybody. That they are your neighbors, like you said, the politicians especially. And one of the things I think that they don't get is the relationship between how much money we can spend now versus how much we're gonna have to spend later, all right? This particular study shows that for every $100 you spend on a child before the age of 5 in a quality early childhood program, you save $700 in the penal system later. Remember when we looked at earlier and we saw, there was a higher percentage of children that commit rape, murder, violent robberies, and other crimes, all right? If you guys are doing little things like teaching kids to use their words now, they tend not to commit those things later. They tend to learn how to understand human interaction. $700, it's 1 to 7. For every dollar, we save 7.
What I saw was after Success by 6, my teachers they owned their rooms. They knew exactly what they wanted and how they wanted it to be. They were mostly in school. Now everyone's in school. And they're like a 4.0. Oh my goodness, I didn't know they were so smart.
Shortly after the completion of the Success by 6 program, Jackie Santo advanced to a Star 3 rating. And with the help of the VASI, the United Way, and new Brightside management, Jackie was able to get her backlot renovated, transforming it into a safe play area and garden for her children.
Stars. That's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Your song, you like that song. Do I have any stars on my bracelet? I think I do. Look, this one right here.
And remember Miss Santia?
Look, you guys, look. Sit down. All right.
Well, now, Santia is considered one of the top performers at her new center, and she's working on her master's degree. As for me, I'm still doing what I always do, whether it's in the ring or in the classroom. My goal is always to energize and inspire people. It's important for early childcare workers to respect themselves as professionals and to be energized by their potential. Because believe me, if enough teachers understood their potential and implemented that potential, now that would be a force to be reckoned with.